Good morning. You know, there is no question that I'm asked more than how do I stop or at least minimize mouth noise in my voiceover recordings? Do you find that to be a big problem for you? Most voiceover talents struggle with that, some to a greater degree than others, but there's nobody that's immune from dealing with mouth noise. And today I've got 4 steps that will lead you to a mouth noise-free voiceover. The benefit of that is, well, number one, it's going to eliminate your frustration because it is frustrating when you're trying to figure out how to stop something that sometimes you can't completely stop physically. So we'll take you through strategies because ultimately it's going to give you better quality auditions, better quality projects. It'll get you more clients, more money for the ultimate goal of being successful, i.e. profitable in voiceover. My name is Bill DeWeese. I am so glad you're here today. I am a professional voiceover talent and voiceover coach. And every morning at this time, we get together to talk voiceover. Just a quick note before we get into the topic today, and that is Aaron Bradley, who is one of the premier TV affiliate voices. You've heard his voice before, no doubt. He's on many network affiliates across the country, and he is teaching. This will be our 3rd annual boot camp with Aaron, where he will teach you how to become an affiliate voiceover, which the great benefit of being that is, besides that it's a cool job and fun to do, is that it creates monthly recurring revenue. There's a link in the description below. So find out all about the class. We are just days away from that. So mouth noise, what a pain, right? I mean, how many of us have not struggled with mouth noise, at least to some degree? For some of us, we just naturally create a lot of mouth noise. For others, it's less noticeable, but still, it's something that has to be dealt with. And the good news is that it can be dealt with. And over the years, I have devised a 4-step strategy that helps me deliver to a client or deliver an audition to a prospective client that is noise-free. And here they are. Are you ready? Okay, number 1, hydrate. Nothing causes mouth noise faster than not hydrating, because when you begin to dry out, dehydrate, things start to stick together. Your mouth starts to get sticky. Your lips and your tongue and the roof of your mouth, things that normally would flow freely begin to stick. So stay hydrated. Sounds simple enough, right? But you need to stay hydrated. I've got notes here this morning. Make sure I don't miss anything. The other thing is this: keep a clean mouth. And what I mean by that is that, over the course of a day, even if you hydrate, your mouth can become sticky and you may have food from lunch or just, a little bit of debris in there that can cause everything not to work as smoothly and flow as smoothly as it should. So make sure that you have a clean mouth. Now, different people do it in different ways. Yes, brushing on. Let me say this. Here's the thing you need to be aware. Not every strategy works for everybody. So some people brush their teeth between jobs. Now, I brush my teeth several times a day, but not right before a voiceover, because for me that creates mouth noise. For you, it might eliminate it. Everybody's physiology is different, so you have to experiment with these things. Some people, green apples helps them. They don't me, but it might you. So certainly, you can try that. What works for me the most, you might want to check this out, is gum. I am always chewing gum in the studio. It just so happens that I like extra spearmint is my favorite. I'm not saying it's the best for this. I'm just saying I like it because it tastes the best. But I've got a box of this that sits outside of my studio. And before jobs, during jobs, between takes, while I'm editing, before I record the next project or the next segment of a project, I'm always chewing gum because for me, chewing eliminates a lot of mouth noise. It just takes a lot of that out of the equation. So again, it may not work for you, or it may not be the best solution for you. For me, I found it to be the best, but certainly something worth experimenting with. So after you've hydrated and you've done everything you can to keep your mouth clean, then you have to go to other measures that aren't physical. And that is, you need to move to editing strategies. And learning how to really edit out a lot of mouth noise is key. Now, that's beyond the scope of this video for me to dive into that. That would be a whole course in and of itself. But I will tell you this, is that I use Adobe Audition, And I'm a big fan of their spectral view. They're not the only DAW or recording software that has a spectral view. But I really love it. And I didn't really start using it until about 2 years ago. I just avoided it. I was pretty old school, didn't want to mess with it. But once I learned how to use it, it was amazing because the spectral view, instead of looking at waveforms, you're looking at colors and different degrees or brightnesses of color, which give you an idea. After a while, you can see sibilance, you can see mouth clicks, you can see them in. It's more of a 3D approach. If you're editing audio waves, it's two-dimensional. So if I take out a piece of audio, I'm taking out that entire piece of audio. With spectral view, I can go into the middle of a sound and take out I don't take out everything around the sound, just the part of the sound that I find to be troublesome. So check out, and you can YouTube spectral view and find out more about that kind of thing. But once you become good at spectral view, it's amazing. Absolutely. For me, it's, having been a guy that grew up using reel-to-reel tape and razor blades and splicing tape and all that kind of stuff. It's nothing less than a miracle. It's pretty amazing stuff. So learn to be a good editor. And then finally, there's software that can help. And by the way, software should be your last line of defense, not your first line of defense. Make sure that you hydrate. Make sure that you keep a clean mouth. Make sure that you learn to edit well. Once you've done all that, and if there's still a little bit of something left over, look at some of the great plugins that are out there. Isotope, they specialize in making software that can help correct things like noise, background noise, mouth noise, plosives, that kind of thing. Waves.com. Waves. I'm a big fan of the one that I use a lot is called X-Crackle. It's a plugin that was made to help take the snap, crackle, pop out of vinyl records. However, I use it for my voice, and it takes some of the snap, crackle, pop out of my voice as well. And what I like about X-Crackle, personally, I put it on everything that I do, even if there's no noticeable mouth noise, because it takes some of the sharp edges out, and it just gives it a more polished, softer sound to my ear. Take some of the harshness out. So, again, I'm a big fan of that. But you can. There are demos for all that stuff available, so you can check all that out and play around with it and see what works best for you. But 4 steps: hydrate, keep your mouth clean, learn to be a good editor, and then finally, use a software plugin to do the final cleanup work. Because by having a noise-free recording, obviously, it makes you more competitive as a voiceover talent. Well, thanks for checking in this morning in the live stream chat. And if you haven't yet, make sure you do. Let me know who you are and where you're from. We're going to do a little roll call here after I don't know that I would call this hydrating. It is coffee, but I need it. It kind of gets everything moving for me in the morning. Hey, Maria, good morning. We've got Philip in Tokyo. Rusty, it's 61 in the UP of Michigan this morning. Wow, what a mild morning. That's awesome. Carlin, Lake Como, Italy. Good morning. Hey, Piper, British Columbia. Susan in New Jersey. Stephen Bucyrus. Lauren in Columbus. Mark in San Antonio. Took the plunge with me moments ago. I don't know if you're talking about maybe the TV affiliate class or my voiceover blueprint, but whatever you're talking about, Mark, we're glad you're a part. Look forward to working with you soon. Fabio in Turin, Italy. All right. Thank you. Hey, we've got some good representation from Italy this morning. Hey, Dory, how are you doing in Maryland? Shalonda in Arizona. All right. Hey, Bob, what's up in North Carolina? Peter, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Adrian from RVA. Is the VA Virginia? RVA. Steve, Oshkosh. What's up, Steve? Another Steve. I'm not sure where you're from, but good morning, Steve. Israel in Zimbabwe. Lemuel in Fort Wayne. The bane of his existence, mouth noise. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Scott, what's up in Greater Chicago? KR. Ruben in San Jose. First time. Hey, welcome, Ruben. Amanda in Alabama. Gertie in Belgium. Good afternoon to you. Sandra in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Hey, Rob, lip noises lessened in Loveland. A little alliteration to start our morning there. Mouth noise is minimized near Mainville. Okay, stretching things a bit, maybe just a bit, but that's pretty clever. Hey, Sean in Grass Lake, Michigan. Let's see here. More from Texas. Jeremy in Austin. Danny, San Diego. San Diego beat LA, yes. All right, see, I'm just still sad because of the Cincinnati Reds. I know, it's pretty pathetic, isn't it? Michael in the Netherlands, good afternoon to you. If you hear my dog barking, my mother has come for a visit, and my dogs are very upset that she hasn't gotten out of bed yet. So they're going to drive her nuts until she gets up and plays with them. Hey, Renee in the Netherlands. We'll get Edward in the Lake of the Ozarks. Mark, oh my gosh, BJ in Michigan. Samantha in Nashville. So many on this morning. I love it. Fred in Cameroon. Neil in Fairfield, Ohio, just next door. Awesome. Chris in London. Hey, good morning. Good afternoon, I should say. Craig in Johannesburg, South Africa. Eric in Texas. Joaquim in Germany. KR, I think it's their first time here. Welcome. Ariel from France. Matt in Orlando. Adrian, Richmond, Virginia. Bruce in Louisville, Kentucky. Sherry, KC. Hey, Tom, what's up in London? Mouth noise is indeed the bane of my life. Literally the only reason holding me back from making the leap into VO. Tom, you now have the keys. You've got the keys to the kingdom now. You practice these, and it will make all the difference, because there's nobody that doesn't deal with mouth noise. I mean, in all my years of doing this, I have not met anybody who said, nah, mouth noise is not an issue. And if they say that, they're probably lying anyhow. Scott, lip smacking. This lesson is lip smacking good. Love it. Maria, Lake Como is so beautiful. All right, guys, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. Have a great day. Have a mouth-free noise day. All right, and we'll talk to y'all soon.